Hello all. Pleased that you can join me in this continuation. I think is the word of reading through the Bible in less than a year. Um, so we're continuing from where we left off uh, on Numbers 5. But let me pray before I start. So Heavenly Father, thank you for your grace and mercy. Help us to help me to articulate what you want. Help me to articulate well and speak your word, and help me to read these word read these words out loud, carefully and precisely. I plead the blood of Jesus in these things. I pray you help me to understand what you want to say to me for today as well, Father and Lord. I pray these things all in Jesus' name we pray, amen. So Numbers 5, Numbers chapter 5, titled the purity of the camp. Chapter 5. The Lord said to Moses, verse 2, command the Israelites to send away from the camp anyone who has an infectious skin disease or a discharge of any kind, or who is ceremonially unclean because of a dead body. 3. Send away male and female alike. Send them outside the camp so that they will not defile their camp where I dwell among them. 4. The Israelites did this. They sent them outside the camp. They did just as the Lord had instructed Moses. Title: Restitution for Wrongs. 5. The Lord said to Moses. 6. Say to the Israelites, when a man or woman wrongs another in any way, and so is unfaithful to the Lord, that person is guilty. 7. And must confess the sin he has committed. He must make full restitution for his wrong. Add 1/5 to it, and give it all to the give it to the give it all to the person he has wronged. 8. But if that person has no close relative to whom restitution can be made for the wrong, the restitution belongs to the Lord and must be given to the priests along with a ram, with which atonement is made for him. 9. All the sacred contributions the Israelites bring to a priest will belong to him. 10. Each man's sacred gifts are his own, but what he gives to the priest will belong to the priest. The best title: the test for an unfaithful wife. 11. Then the Lord said to Moses. 12. Speak to the Israelites and say to them, if a man's wife goes astray and is unfaithful to him. 13. By sleeping with another man, and this is hidden from her husband, and her impurity is undetected, open bracket, since there is no witness against her, and she has not been caught in the act. Close bracket. 14. And if feelings of jealousy come over her husband, and he suspects his wife and his sorry suspects his wife and she suspects his wife and she is impure, or if he is jealous and suspects her even though she is not impure. 15. Then he is to take his wife to the priest. He must also take an offering of a tenth of an ephah of barley flour on her behalf. He must not pour oil on it or put incense on it, because it is a grain offering for jealousy, a reminder of a reminder offering to draw attention to guilt. 16. The priest shall bring her and make her stand before the Lord. 17. Then he shall take some holy water in a clay jar and put some dust from the tabernacle floor into the water. 18. After the priest has made the woman stand before the Lord, he shall loosen her hair and place in her hands the reminder offering, the grain offering for jealousy, while he himself holds the bitter water that brings a brings a curse. 19. Then the priest shall put the woman under oath and say to her, if no other man has slept with you, and you have not gone astray and become impure while married to your husband, may this bitter water that brings a curse not harm you. 20. But if you have gone astray while married to your husband, and you have defiled yourself by sleeping with a man a man other than your husband. 21. Here here the priest is to put the woman under this curse of the oath. May the Lord cause your people to curse and denounce you when the causes your thigh to waste away, and your abdomen to swell. 22. May this water that brings a curse enter your body, so that your abdomen swells and your thigh wastes away. Then the woman is to say, Amen, so be it. 23. The priest is to write these curses on a scroll, and then wash them off into the into the bitter water. 24. He shall make the woman drink the bitter water that brings a curse, and this water will enter her and cause bitter suffering. 25. The priest is to take from her hands the grain offering for jealousy, wave it before the Lord, and bring it to the altar. 26. The priest is then to take a handful of grain offering as a memorial offering, and burn it on the altar. After that, he is to make the woman drink the water. 27. If she has defiled herself and been unfaithful to her husband, then when she is made to drink the water that brings a curse, it will go into her and cause bitter suffering. Her abdomen will swell, and her thigh waste away, and she will a, become accursed among her people. 28. If, however, the woman has not defiled herself and is free from impurity, she will be cleared of guilt, and will be able to have children. 29. This, then, is the law of jealousy. When a woman goes astray and defiles herself while married to her husband. 30. Or when feelings of jealousy come over a man because he suspects his wife, the priest is to make her stand before the Lord, and happily sorry the priest is to make her stand before the Lord, and is to apply this entire law to her. 31. The husband will be husband will be innocent of any wrongdoing, but the woman will bear the consequences of her sin. Title: The Nazarite, Chapter 6. Okay. The Lord said to Moses, verse 2, speak to the Israelites and say to them, if a man or woman wants to make a special vow, a vow of a vow of separation to the Lord as a Nazarite. 3. He must he must abstain from wine and other fermented drink, and must not drink vinegar made from wine or from other fermented drink. He must not drink grape juice, or eat grapes or raisins. 4. As long as he is a Nazarite, he must not eat anything that comes from the grapevine, not even the seeds or skins. 5. During the entire period of his vow of separation, no razor may be used on his head. He must be holy until the period of his separation to the Lord is over. He must let the hair of his head grow long. 6. Throughout the period of his separation, the Lord he sorry throughout sorry the, sorry throughout the period of his separation, the Lord he sorry again throughout the period of his separation to the Lord, he must not go near a dead body. 7. Even if his own father or mother or brother or sister dies, he must not make himself ceremonially unclean on account of them, because the symbol of his separation to God is on his head. 8. Throughout the period of his separation, he is consecrated to the Lord. V9. If someone dies suddenly in his presence, thus defiling the hair he has dedicated, he must shave his head on the day of his cleansing, the seventh day. 10. Then on the eighth day he must bring 2 doves or 2 young pigeons to the priests at the entrance to the tent of meeting. 11. The priest is to offer one as a sin offering and the other as a burnt offering to make atonement for him, because he sinned by being in the presence of the dead body. That same day he is to consecrate his dead. Sorry, that same day he is to consecrate his 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 head his head. 12. He must dedicate himself to the Lord for the period of his separation, and must bring a year old male lamb as a guilt offering. The previous days do not count, because he became defiled during his separation. 13. Now this is the law for the Nazarite. When the period of his separation is over, he is to be brought to the entrance to the tent of meeting. 14. There he is to present his offerings to the Lord, a year old male lamb without defect for a burnt offering, a year old ewe lamb without defect for a sin offering, a ram without defect for a fellowship offering. 15. Together with their grain offerings and drink offerings, and a basket of bread made without yeast, cakes made of fine flour mixed with oil, and wafers spread with oil. V16. The priest is to present them before the Lord and make the sin offering and the burnt offering. V17. He is to present the basket of unleavened bread and his bread and is to sacrifice the ram as a fellowship offering to the Lord, together with its grain offering and drink offering. V18. Then at the entrance to the tent of meeting, the Nazarite must shave off the hair that he dedicated. He is to take the hair and put it in the fire, that is under the sacrifice of the fellowship offering. V19. After the Nazarite has shaved off the hair of his dedication, the priest is to place in his hands a boiled shoulder of the boiled shoulder of the ram, and a cake and a wafer from the basket, both made without yeast. V20. The priest shall then wave them before the Lord as a wave offering. They are holy and belong to the priest, together with the priests that was waved, together with the together with the breasts that was waved, and the thigh that was presented. After that, the Nazarite may drink wine. V21. This is the law of the Nazarite who vows his offering to the Lord in accordance with his separation, in addition to whatever else he can afford. He must fulfill the vow he has made according to the law of the Nazarite. The priestly blessing the priestly blessing. V22. The Lord said to Moses. V23. Tell Aaron and his sons, this is how you are to bless the Israelites. Say to them. V24. The Lord bless you and keep you. V25. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. V26. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. V27. So they will put my name on the Israelites, and I will bless them. Title: Offerings at the dedication of the tabernacle. Chapter 7. When Moses finished setting up the tabernacle, he anointed it and consecrated it and all its furnishings. He also anointed and consecrated the altar and all its utensils. V2 verse 2. Then the leaders of Israel, the heads of families who were the tribal leaders in charge of those who were counted, made offerings. V3. They brought as their gifts before the Lord, six covered carts, and 12 oxen, an ox from each leader, and a cart from every two. These the, these they presented before the tabernacle. V4. The Lord said to Moses. V5. Accept these from them, that they may be used in the work at the tent of meeting. Give them to the Levites, as each man's work requires. V6. So Moses took the carts and oxen and gave them to the Levites. V7. He gave 2 carts and 4 oxen to the Gershonites, as their work required. V8. And he gave 4 carts and 8 oxen to the Merarites, as their work required. They were all under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron, the priest. V9. But Moses did not give any to the Kohathites, because they were to carry on their shoulders the holy things for which they were responsible. V10. When the altar was anointed, the leaders brought their offerings for its dedication and presented them before the altar. V11. For the Lord had said to Moses, each day one leader is to bring his offering for the dedication of the altar. V12. The one who brought his offering on the first day was Nashon, son of Amminadab, of the tribe of Judah, or Judea. I'm not sure what that says. Judea or Judah. V13. His offering was 1 silver plate, weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl, weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. V14. 1 gold dish, weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense. V15. 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb, a year old, for a burnt offering. V16. 1 male goat for a sin offering. V17. And 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs, a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Nashon, son of Amminadab. V18. On the second day, Nathaniel, son of Zerah, the leader of Issachar, brought his offering. V19. The offering he brought was 1 silver plate, weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 20 one gold dish weighing 10 shekels. Um, Bear with me, sorry, small pages. One gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense. V21, one young bull, one ram, and one male lamb a year old for a burnt offering. V22, one male goat for a sin offering. V23, and two oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Nathaniel son of Zer. V24, on the third day, Eliab son of Helon, the leader of the leader of the people of Zebulun, brought his offering. V25, his offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel. Each filled with, ignore that if you can hear it, each filled with each filled with each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. V26, one gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense. V27, one young bull, one ram, and one male lamb a year old for a burnt offering. V28, one male goat for a sin offering. V29, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Eliab son of Helon. V30, V30, on the fourth day, Eleazar son of Shedor, the leader of the people of Reuben, brought his offering. V31, his offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. V32, one gold dish. V32, one gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense. V33. One young bull, one ram, and one male lamb a year old for a burnt offering. V34. One male goat for a sin offering. V35, and two oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Eleazar, son of Shudel. V36. The on the fifth day, Shlumiel, son of Jerusadai, the leader of the people of Simeon, brought his offering. V37. His offering was 1 silver plate, weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl, weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil, as a grain offering. V38. One gold dish, weighing 10 shekels, filled with filled with filled with filled with incense. V39. One young bull, one ram, and one male lamb a year old, for a burnt offering. V40. One male goat for a sin offering. V41. And two oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Shelumiel, son of Zereshadai. V41. On the sixth day, Eleazar, son of Duel, the leader of the people of Gad, brought his offering. V43. His offering was 1 silver plate, weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl, weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil, as a grain offering. V44. One gold dish, weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense. V45. One young bull, one ram, and one male lamb a year old, for a burnt offering. V46. One male goat for a sin offering. V47. And two oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Eleazar, son of Jewel. V48. On the seventh day, Elishima, son of Amihud, the leader of the people of Ephraim, brought his offering. V49. His offering was 1 silver plate, weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl, weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil, as a grain offering. V50. and gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with filled with filled with incense. V51, one young bull, one ram, and one male lamb a year old for a burnt offering. V52, one male goat for a sin offering. V53, a and two oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Eliashima, son of Ammihud. V54, on the 8th day, Gimiel, son of Pedazur, leader of the people of Manasseh, brought his offering. V55, his offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil, as a grain offering. V56, one gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense. V57, one young bull, one ram, and one male lamb a year old, for a burnt offering. V58, one male goat for a sin offering. V59, and two oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Gam offering of Gamaliel, son of Pedahzur. V60, on the 9th day, Abidan, son of Gideoni, the leader of the people of Benjamin, brought his offering. V51, his offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil, as a grain offering. V52, one gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense. V63, one young bull, one ram, and one male lamb a year old, for a burnt offering. V64, one male goat for a sin offering. V65, and two oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Abidan, son of Gideoni, or Gideon, or Gideoni, or Gideoni. V66, on the 10th day, Ahazar, son of Ammishaddai, the leader of the people of Dan, brought his offering. V67, his offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. V 68, one gold dish weighing 10 shekels filled with incense. V 69, one young bull and ram and the male one ram and one male lamb a year old for a burnt offering. V 70, one male goat for a sin offering. V 71, and two oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Ahiezer, Ahi, Ah- Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai. V 72, on the 11th day, Pagiel, son of Okran, the leader of the people of Asher, brought his offering. V 73, his offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. V 74, one gold dish weighing 10 shekels filled with incense. V 75, one young bull, one ram and one male lamb a year old for a burnt offering. V 76, one male goat for a sin offering. V 77, and two oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Pagiel, son of Akron. V 78, on the seventh on the 12th day, Ahira, son of Enan, the leader of the people of Naphtali, brought his offering. V 79, his offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. V 80, one gold dish weighing 10 shekels filled with incense. V 81, one young bull, one ram and one male lamb a year old for a burnt offering. V 82, one male goat for a sin offering. V 83, and two oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Ahira, son of Enan. V84. These were the offerings of the Israelites, Israelite leaders for the dedication of the altar when it was anointed. 12 silver plates, 12 silver sprinkling bowls, and 12 gold dishes. V85. Each silver plate weighed 130 shekels, and each sprinkling bowl 70 shekels. Altogether, the silver dishes weighed 2,400 shekels, according to the sanctuary shekel. V86. The 12 gold dishes filled with incense, weighed 10 shekels each, according to the sanctuary shekel. Altogether, the gold dishes weighed 120 shekels. V87. The total number of animals for the burnt offering came to 12 young bulls, 12 rams, and 12 male lambs, a year old, together with their grain offering. 12 male goats were used for the sin offering. V88. The total number of animals for the sacrifice of the 12 of the fellowship offering came to 24 oxen, 60 rams, 60 male goats, and 60 male lambs, a year old. These were the offerings for the dedication of the altar after it was anointed. V89. When Moses entered the tent of meeting to speak with the Lord, he heard the voice speaking to him from between the two cherubim above the atonement cover on the ark of the testimony, and he spoke with him. Okay, chapter. So title: setting up the lambs. Sorry, wrong word. Setting title: setting up the lamps. Chapter 8. The Lord said to Moses, verse 2, speak to Aaron and say to him, when you set up the 7 lambs, they are to light the area in front of the lampstand. V3. Aaron did so. He set up the lamps so that they faced forward on the lampstand, just as the Lord commanded Moses. V4. This is how the lampstand was made. It was made of hammered gold from its base to its blossoms. The lampstand was made exactly like the pattern the Lord had shown Moses. Title: the setting apart of the Levites. V5. The Lord said to Moses. V6. Take the Levites from among the other Israelites and make them ceremonially clean. V7. To purify them, do this: sprinkle the water of cleansing on them, then make them shave their whole bodies and wash their clothes, and and so purify themselves. V8. Make them take a young bull with its grain offering of fine flour mixed with oil. Then you are to take a second young bull for a sin offering. V8. V9, sorry, V9. Bring the Levites to the front of the tent of meeting and assemble the whole Israelite community. V10. You are to bring the Levites before the Lord, and the Israelites are to lay their hands on them. V11. Aaron is to present the Levites before the Lord as a wave offering from the Israelites, so that they may be ready to do the work of the Lord. V12. After the Levites lay their hands on the heads of the bulls, use the one for a sin offering to the Lord, and the other for a burnt offering to make atonement for the Levites. V13. Make the Levites stand in front of Aaron and his sons, and then present them as a wave offering to the Lord. V14. In this way you are to set the Levites apart from the other Israelites, and the Levites will be mine. V15. V15. After you have purified the Levites and presented them as a wave offering, they are to come to do their work at the tent of meeting. V16. They are the Israelites who are to be given holy, 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 holy or whole to me. I have taken them as my own in place of the firstborn, the first male of the first male offspring from every Israelite woman. V17. Every firstborn male in Israel, whether man or animal, is mine. When I struck down all the firstborn in Egypt, I set them apart for myself. V18. And I have taken the Levites to sorry, and I have taken the Levites in place of all the firstborn sons in Israel. V19. Of all the Israelites I have given the Levites as gifts to Aaron and his sons to do the work at the tent of meeting on behalf of the Israelites, and to make atonement for them, so that no plague will strike the Israelites when they go near the sanctuary. V20. Moses, Aaron, and the whole Israelite community did with the Levites, just as the Lord commanded Moses. V21. The Levites purified themselves and washed their clothes, and Aaron presented them as a wave offering before the Lord, and made atonement for them to purify them. V22. After that, the Levites came to do their work at the tent of meeting under the supervision of Aaron and his sons. They did with the Levites just as the Lord commanded Moses. V23. The Lord said to Moses, V24. This applies to the Levites, men 25 men 25 years old or more shall come to take part in the work at the tent of meeting. V25. But at the age of 50 they must retire from their regular service and work no longer. V26. They may assist their brothers in performing their duties at the tent of meeting, but they themselves must not do the work. This, then, is how you are to assign the responsibilities of the Levites. Title: the Passover, chapter 9. The Lord spoke to Moses in the desert of Sinai in the first month of the second year after they came out of Egypt. He said, V2, make the Israelites celebrate the Passover at the appointed time. V3, celebrate it at the appointed time at twilight on the 14th day of this month, in accordance with all its rules and regulations. V4. So Moses told the Israelites to celebrate the Passover. V5. And they did so in the desert of Sinai at twilight on the 14th day of the first month. The Israelites did everything just as the Lord commanded Moses. V6. But some of them could not celebrate the Passover on the day because they were ceremonially unclean on account of a dead body. So they came to Moses and Aaron that same day. V7. And said to Moses, we have become unclean because of a dead body, but why should we be kept from presenting the Lord's offering with the other Israelites at the appointed time? V8. Moses answered them, wait until I find out what the Lord commands concerning you. V9. Then the Lord said to Moses, V10, tell the Israelites when any of you or your descendants are unclean because of a dead body or are away on a journey, they may still celebrate the Lord's Passover. V11. They are to celebrate it on the 14th day of the second month at twilight. They are to eat the lamb together with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. V12. They must not leave any of it till morning, or break any of its bones. When they celebrate the Passover, they must follow all the regulations. V13. But if a man who is ceremonially clean and not on a journey fails to celebrate the Passover, that person must be cut off from their people. because he did not present the Lord's offering at the appointed time, that man will bear the consequences of his sin. V14 V14 an alien living among you who wants to celebrate the Lord's Passover must do so in accordance with its rules and regulations. You must have the same regulations for the alien and the native born. Title: The cloud above the cloud sorry title the cloud above the tabernacle. V15 on the day the tabernacle, the tent of the testimony was set up, the cloud covered it from evening till morning. The cloud above the tabernacle looked like fire. V16 that is how it continued to be. The cloud covered it, and at night it looked like fire. V17 whenever the cloud lifted from above the tent, the Israelites set out. Wherever the cloud settled, the Israelites encamped. V18 at the Lord's command, the Israelites set out, and at his command they encamped. As long as the cloud stayed over the tabernacle, they remained in camp. V19 when the cloud remained over the tabernacle a long time, the Israelites obeyed the Lord's order, and did not set out. V20 sometimes the cloud was over the tabernacle only a few days. At the Lord's command, they would encamp, and then at his command they would set out. V21 sometimes the cloud stayed only from evening till morning, and when it lifted in the morning, they set out, whether by day or by night. Whenever the cloud lifted, they set out. V22 whether the cloud stayed over the tabernacle for 2 days or a month or a year, the Israelites would remain in camp and not set out. But when it lifted, they would set out. V23 at the Lord's command they encamped, and at the Lord's command they set out. They obeyed the Lord's order in accordance with his command through Moses. So that's it for now. Thanks for following along. Thanks for watching. So the next chapter is chapter 10. Yeah. So I'll speak to you all soon. God bless. Take care. And thanks again for watching. Bye for now.